Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have an instructive game to share with you from the semifinals of the 2025 FIDE World Rapid and Blitz Team Championships. This was game number 2, a Blitz game here, 3+2 time control, played on June 15th. On the white end, Levon Aronian, playing against Nepomniachtchi. Okay, the opening we have here, a Petrov's defense. We see the exchange of e-pawns. And in this game, there's going to be a fight over these critical e-file squares. This is where the game is going to be won or lost. Let's get a few more developing moves in here. Black's light square bishop developed actively here, pinning the knight. Let's see how white handles the pin. First, secures d4. Black glues in this strongest piece here on e4. Knight's now connected, black castles, and now that they're connected, the queen is free to go elsewhere. No fear of a damaged kingside structure now. Bishop captures knight. You're there to recapture with the piece. Now, what's going on with this last move here? Queen b3. b7 is a target. d5 pinned. So this knight really only has one defender now. The f5 pawn. White may be looking to chop twice on this square now. D-pawn pinned. Okay, the queen post immediately challenged. Queen stays active, keeps pressure on a few points. Immediately questioned with c6. Kicked back to a4. She's kicked yet again after b5. Okay, after the dust has settled on that series of forceful moves, where do we stand here? Well, something that sticks out is this knight on a5. It's kind of out of play now. Doesn't have access to c6. It does have access to c4. It's a big intersection square, but playing into c4 here would not be a good idea. How black plays it, bishop d6, that's healthy. Here's the thing, if this knight tries to immediately here get back in the ballgame, here's how white can respond. You can take on c4 with the bishop, and now hop into that weakest square in black's camp e5. And what this is paving the way for is f3 to challenge black's best piece. Okay, how it is played here, after the queen falls back to c2, bishop d6, and from here we have b3. Aronian spent some time with this, maybe around 30 seconds, significant for a blitz game. Computer doesn't like this idea. It wants to dive right into e5 here. There's a downside with b3. After b3, computer says go in for a quick rook c8 and then c5. And with a line like that, it's really highlighting the weakness behind b3, that c3 square. So it's looking to quickly converge on that point, in other words. Okay. How it is played here after b3, queen f6, with an eye on the sensitive e5 square, but here's the thing, the knight can still jump in, and black cannot take twice. There'd be a problem. The reply here is bishop h5. If you take twice, here's the problem. You're in a pin. f3 is there with a fork, taking advantage of that knight. Okay. Black at this stage here after knight e5, bishop takes a step back. In comes f3. Move 17 here for black. Bishop captures, knight is played. This is a decisive error. White maintains that winning advantage for the rest of the game. Black has to, at this stage, rely on tricks, tactics. Top here is queen h4. So what's going on with this? Well, the rook is under fire. Queen may be looking to now enter on f2. Let's say that is addressed. Rook f1. Here's the thing. Computer says don't budge with this knight. Rely on tactics. What am I talking about? Well, it says activate this piece here and be okay giving up this knight. The reason being, if white takes, look what happens in the end. this bishop is short on squares, does not have access to e2. Can easily be a problem on f2 in some lines. The top line from here is pointing out, give the piece right back, and now that there's no longer a knight on d2, the bishop has access to e2. It'll be supported by the queen now. Calls this about equal. Okay, black does not find this tactical line here, this tactical resource kicking off with queen h4. Bishop captures knight, it is here. Queen h4 now, and at this point, rook f1. Addresses the threat, stops any queen f2 entry. Computer points out you could just go ahead and develop the bishop here, allow queen f2 with check, and rely on some tricks here. Queen captures knight, there's bishop captures knight. Queen captures queen, the bishop recaptures. That's a winning position for white. Also, if knight captures knight in this position, there's rook e2 with the fork. That's your way to get the piece back. Okay, Aronian plays it here, doesn't allow any queen f2 check ideas. Follow up, knight captures knight. Queen captures knight. Where do we stand here? Material is balanced. This is positionally busted for Nepomniachtchi. Looking at the positive, listing some of them, connected passer sticks out. Bishop pair sticks out. This star square bishop is going to be an animal. This knight out of play. Bishop not productive. So this adds up to a decisive advantage here for white. Let's see the conversion from here. Bishop g6, bishop a3, hits the rook, targets the e-pawn, simple enough to defend. This is a super strong pawn now, connected passer. If we're somehow getting into a simplified position, a king and pawn endgame, this is almost always going to be winning for white, having this pawn here. All right, we're a long ways off from that. Knight b7 it is in this game. You could dream of blockading this passed pawn. That would be nice, but there's already a trick in the air. Bishop captures b5 is there. Pawn captures bishop is played. Queen takes d5 with check with a fork. The knight down for the count. White up 2 pawns now. Any hopes to save this? Not really. I mean, if you could get into just an opposite color bishop position, maybe. But we're a long ways off from that with still all majors present. From here, rook a to c8. Some coverage over the c-pawn. Bishop improves. Excellent post here for that piece. No rattling its position, no questioning its position. A changing of the guard here with white's next 2 moves. The queen does not like having this responsibility, so rook a to e1, rook to e3, and now the queen is ready to go wild. Queen b7, hitting the bishop, hitting the pawn, also targeting g7. Mate in 1 threat. That's defended, a sad move, but got to defend the mate. That's pawn number 3 for white. 2 passed pawns to work with from here. They start to roll. Tame the bishop, take away a d5 square. Okay, queen h5, queen b7, offering a queen exchange is cool. Up 3 pawns now. Queen h5, there's a check here, ready to win the bishop next. Okay, that's prevented, but at the same time, the 7th rank now weakened. Queen all the way back home, offering another exchange. Declined. Queen f3, queen exchange declined again. But now you can hop to that 7th rank with check. King h8. And after bishop e7, black resigns. There's nothing stopping bishop f6 next. And this one is going to collapse fast for black. So interesting game here out of the Petrov's defense. 41 mover in the end, but really this one here dates all the way back to this critical middle game moment, move 17. Black captured here, needed to rely on some tactics here, some tricks. kicking off with Queen H4. Anyhow, your thoughts with this one. Feel free as usual to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care.